great guy. And I started
You're big back home, Katie.
I had pages and pages of speech. And then I gave it to my wife Barbara to do a little editing. So you only have 3 pages to listen to. I'd like to take this time and opportunity to introduce myself. I'm Darrell Smart, husband to Barbara, father to Kathleen, Haley, and Larissa, but today, the father of the bride, Melanie Grace, who is enjoying the most important day of her life. Wow, it's hard to believe I've reached this day. 8 years and 1 week ago to this day, I took the plunge and know what a ride. My wife said it would be the time of my life. We had great plans: travel, children, retirement. Well, 1 out of 3 is bad. Melanie, as most of you know, is the oldest of 4 girls. Yes, I still have some hair and I have 4 girls. But unlike some fathers, I have the strength and support of my wife. I go to work and she raises the girls. It turned out to be the best way. My beautiful daughter Melanie, who I named Champ early in her days, was truly a great kid. Yes, at 1.5 years old, laid on the floor at Towers, kicking and screaming because we would not buy her a colored ride-on toy, or scared us half to death at the age of 2 having a high fever, which Bart standing on an icy driveway while I scraped the windshield off and drove to the hospital with my head out the window. But there were other fonder moments. I remember moving to our present home and her trying to reach the light switch, coming home from work one night to have her show me how she had learned to ride a 2-wheel bike with no training wheels for spending many days watching her learn how to swim and skate. One of my greatest pleasures was watching my girls play soccer. Melanie was quite a soccer player with an auspicious start. Her very first year when she was young, she spent all her time as a perpetual player, running around the outside of the scrum or picking dandelions. As she grew older, she developed her mother's need to win. I have tried to teach her to be less competitive like me, but it hasn't worked. She became the center forward of her girls' travel team as well as her high school team. After high school, Melanie worked tremendously hard to become an RN. It was 4 years of studying hard, getting up early, focusing and balancing university life and becoming a teenager. However, Melanie's greatest conquest to date is the man she's marrying, Jorge Marul. It wasn't long ago that she met the good doctor. I still remember it as yesterday. Barb, Kathleen, Haley, and Larissa and I were laying around watching TV, probably Teen Mom or Jersey Shore. Kathleen was not feeling well, and Barb and I were debating about taking her to the clinic. Barb called Melanie, who has a great bedside manner, and compassion for her sick family, to get some medical advice. Much to our astonishment, Melanie offered to bring out this mystery. We had yet to meet the mystery man, and he was coming immediately. I had never seen Barb move quicker in my life. Well, maybe a door crasher sale, she picked up the house, changed out of her 4-piece flannel PJs, and broke her hair. When the man showed up at her house, I could tell he was nervous. He rarely looked me in the eyes. I know that you have been... I know what you've been up to, buddy. Diagnosed that she was not dying and told her to take a couple of Tylenol. It's what he told me on the way out of the door that really impressed me. Melanie, as usually she likes to do, commented to Jorge about my weight. Jorge looked at me and said, "He looked good and healthy." I said to myself, "I think he's okay." But hey, I'm in the car business. I've seen some cream puffs that turn out to be plunkers. But I know who's the right guy for her. It came about May when Melanie asked me to get her boyfriend's car fixed. I asked her what the problem was, and she said the brakes were acting a little funny. A little funny, I thought it was in the gun turret of a Messerschmitt. Right? So I drove the 2008 Honda Pilot. Yeah, the one manufacturer I've yet to have the privilege of pleasure to work for my career. To the dealership. But before I could get there, guess what I had to do? Put gas in it. I thought she's a nurse and he's a doctor and I'm paying for gas. I knew my daughter had found her guy. 2 months later, in the June heat wave, my daughter asked me again to drive her boyfriend's old Betsy to work. Because it seemed like the AC wasn't blowing cold. Not cold, I felt like cookie dough in the top rack of 475 degrees. The good thing is that I got a chance to get out of old Betsy for a few minutes on my drive to work to put gas in it again. Nothing says love like a little abuse to your father. Barb, Haley, Larissa and I were all taking wagers. Larissa and I were all in. This was the guy. Haley was not sure, while Barb thought maybe. I told Barb this year, this guy. In July, Molly came back from New York and wanted to meet us for dinner. I told Barb before we went to get ready for the news, becoming a mother-in-law. We met in the parking lot. She arrived with that huge smile and walking on air. She tried to hide her left hand but couldn't. I won with that. It's been a few months since, but the smile remains and the cloud is still under her feet now. I finally have a son-in-law, a guy to stand behind me and back me up. A new champ, someone that gave the new champion of future son-in-laws to come. How do I know I like the good doctor? He makes my girl happy. He's polite, respectful to my family, and he likes scotch. Thank God, Eric. They say that men marry women hoping that they never change, and women marry hoping that they can change men. I say that in a good marriage, you must be prepared to compromise to suit others' needs while acknowledging the other has done so the same for you. But Jorge, let me give you some advice. When it's trouble, remembers 4 words, and it's simple. When you forget to buy something or call someone or do something you didn't remember or didn't hear when you were being asked, repeat after me. Oh, yeah. Right. Sorry. O acknowledges that you hurt her. Yeah acknowledges that you were wrong. Right acknowledges that she is right. Most important to her. And sorry ends the discussion. It's most important to you. And my favorite son-in-law, I personally know this term, eh, Brian? Bienvenido a mi family por de ahora para adelante seres como un Dios para mí.
Come on.